How's it going, everyone? I'm NotBay, and today I'm going to break down 5 common mistakes I see Mewtwo players make. These are habits or tendencies that do more harm than good, and are things that separate the okay Mewtwo players from the great ones. So today, I'm going to go through each mistake and provide tips on how to overcome them to hopefully become a better Mewtwo player. The gameplay you're going to see is me playing against other Mewtwo's I found on Quick Play that showcase some of these points. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's kick things off with number 1. Overuse of air dodge and disadvantage. This is typically a low-level habit, but it's something I see more often than I want to, and the logic behind this habit makes sense. Mewtwo's double jump is extremely slow, meaning it'll likely get caught by most attacks to escape disadvantage, and since Mewtwo players know this, they tend to start spamming air dodge whenever they get hit, since it's their fastest option. And unfortunately, this doesn't work all of the time. It might work against your friends, but any decent player who knows how to adapt will start calling out your air dodges and punish you for it. When diving into competitive Smash, this was far and away my worst habit, and I paid for it time and time again. So, what is the solution? Plain and simple, remember to mix up your options. Keep in mind that air dodge isn't your only option to escape combos. You have attack, teleport down, and jump in a select few situations. Each option has their pros and cons, but how you mix them together will make you a better player. And speaking of mixing up your options, let's look at number 2, using the same ledge option. This is something that to this day even I struggle with. Mewtwo has quite a few options from the ledge, but every option has their pros and cons, which, if telegraphed, can make the ledge a scary place to be. There isn't one specific option that everyone uses, but I've seen a lot of Mewtwo's only go for a double jump forward air. I've seen a lot of Mewtwo's only go for a neutral get up. I've seen a lot of Mewtwo's only go for get up attack. And the few that actually mix up their options always choose an option immediately, which gets extremely predictable. So, similar to the air dodging problem, the solution is to mix up your ledge options, along with your timing. Sometimes the best option is the simplest. Don't be afraid to just neutral get up attack, or just wait on the ledge to assess how you want to handle the situation. This is advice not only for Mewtwo players, but anyone playing this game competitively. Number 3, using Grounded Confusion as a combo starter. I've seen an alarming number of Mewtwo's do this to start combos, and while you can technically follow up with a forward air or neutral air, nothing is guaranteed, and any good player will know to just jump away or air dodge out of it. You'll be better off starting combos with down tilt, up air, forward air, and shadow ball. All these moves come out faster, have less end lag, and actually lead to guaranteed follow-ups. Simply put, just don't use Grounded Confusion as a combo starter. Confusion is a great move, but not for this. Grounded Confusion is better suited to reflect carelessly thrown projectiles or to punish a shield for chip damage. Don't try to start combos with this thing because you're just going to be disappointed. Number 4, playing overly aggressive. This is the most common mistake I see from Mewtwo's. They constantly want to approach and force the action. I think people have the misconception that Mewtwo is played aggressively since he is a really flashy character who can pull off really cool combos and strings, but that just isn't true. Mewtwo is not an aggressive rushdown who forces mistakes. He's a bait and punish glass cannon with strong neutral and advantage states. Yes, you can technically play the rushdown game, and you might actually win a few games, but this game plan is not optimal for Mewtwo, nor is it recommended. That's not to say you should never play aggressively as Mewtwo, but you have to switch gears every now and then to do well. You don't always have to approach your opponent. Most of the time, you're probably better off charging Shadow Ball to force an approach, then punish whatever option they try. It's important to learn when to approach and when to stay back, and this game sense will come from you playing the game and analyzing when it works and when it doesn't. Which finally brings us to number 5, and it's probably the biggest mistake I see. No use of Shadow Ball. Whether you guys like it or not, Shadow Ball is Mewtwo's best move. Yes, his forward air is very good, yes he has a good down tilt and his jab is busted or whatever, but Shadow Ball literally defines Mewtwo's game plan and strategy. So if you're not using it, you are, quite frankly, crippling what you and your character can do. I know people debate about where Mewtwo is on the tier list, but Mewtwo without Shadow Ball is easily a bottom 10 character. That's just how important Shadow Ball is. I will say it makes sense why people don't use Shadow Ball. It isn't very flashy, it's kind of boring, and there is some tech like B-reversing and charge canceling that does take practice. But as a Mewtwo player, it is probably the most important tool to master. It may not seem like much, but simply charging will put pressure on your opponents to approach, and start guessing when you'll actually throw it out. This creates mind games, conditioning, and overall stage control, all factors that any character would love to have. Not to mention B-reversing, wave bouncing, jump charge cancels, and tap shield cancels all offer movement mix-ups to create openings. I've covered all of this in my Mewtwo tech videos, so if you're confused about what I'm saying, I'll link those videos at the end. But if there's one takeaway from this video, it should be this point. Using Mewtwo without Shadow Ball is the equivalent of taking an exam without studying. Yeah, you might do well sometimes, but you're putting yourself in a bad position for no good reason. And just for some closing thoughts, don't get down on yourself if these are habits you possess. Lord knows I mess up a ton when I play. The important part is to recognize these mistakes and make the correct adjustments to overcome them. Most players only learn from when they triumph, but the great players will learn from their failures and shortcomings, and I challenge you to be that great player. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something useful. If you did, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing if you would like to see more. If you have a suggestion or feedback for me, let me know in a comment below. That's all I have for now, and I will see you all later. Peace out.